Good morning, class 12, and welcome to classes of costing and taxation. We are almost at the end of the chapter income from house property now, and we were solving some of the illustrations in order to clear your concept. So, in the last class, the illustration that we did, a mistake was made. So, in this class, we'll solve one more illustration, and first, we'll solve the mistake. So, in the last illustration, there were two houses of an assessee and which one was self-occupied and the other was let out. So the self-occupied was calculated correctly. However, in the part of let out, the values of self-occupied were put by mistake. So in order to do that, let us do only H2 again, because H1 here is correct. We only have to do H2 again. So first of all, municipal value 30,000 and annual rent 48,000. So in this we have to calculate the gross annual value, because we know the expected rent. The expected rent is 30,000 because there is no fair rent or standard rent. So expected rent will be 30,000. However, they have given us annual rent and vacancy, so means we have to calculate the gross annual value. So according to the sum, my expected rent is 30,000. My annual rent is 48,000. Okay. Now, annual rent means rent of the whole year, right? So means what is the rent of 1 month? 4,000. Right. Now they have given me vacancy. Vacancy for vacancy for how many months? Vacancy for 1 month. So 1 month means a loss of 4,000. This figure will be 44,000. So annual rent was more than expected rent, and even after the vacancy it is more than expected rent. So my gross annual value is 44,000 simply. Okay, so I put here my gross annual value 44,000 and less municipal tax 6,600. Now my net annual value will be 44,000 minus 6,600 minus 37,400. 37,000. Now I have to deduct under section 24. Just simple 30% into 37,400 into 30% is equal to 11,220. Now standard deduction under section 24B means the standard deduction on interest on loan. What is the interest on loan? 3,000 only. So 3,000. 3,000. Now both of these are to be deducted, therefore they are to be put in bracket. So 37,400 minus 11,220 minus 3,000 is equal to 23,180. So my income from house property from house 2 is 23,180. 23,180. Okay. Now calculate the total income from house property. This will remain 2,000 and this will become 23,180. 23,180. So 23,180 minus 2,000, 21,180. 21,180. Okay, so this mistake was pointed out by Toshiba Noor Sabha and none of the other students. So congrats to her. Okay. So illustration 3. Sitaram is the owner of a house in Ahmedabad. The particulars of this house is as follows. Date of completion not for use. How used? Let out for residential purpose, means it will be chargeable under income from house property. If it was let out for business purpose, then also it will be charged, then also it would be charged under income from house property. If it was used for own business, then it would not be charged under income from house property. So let us start the sums. Gross municipal value, fair rent and standard rent. My expected rent will be 25,000. Look, 20,000, 25 higher, 25,000, and 25,000, 30,000 lower, 25,000. So expected rent is 25,000. Next, annual rent is 36,000. Vacancy is 2 months. Unrealized rent is 6,000. So this sums has everything. Okay. So now we'll revise all our concepts that we used to do. So again, what was my expected rent? 25,000, right? 25,000. What was my annual rent? 36,000. Now from annual rent, what do we deduct first? First we deduct unrealized rent. Unrealized rent. What is the unrealized rent? The unrealized rent is 6,000. 6,000. 30,000. Okay. Now this will be compared with the expected rent. If it is more, then even after the vacancy, the lesser value will be my gross annual value. So let us see what is the vacancy. Vacancy is 2 months. Now 36,000 is the rent for the whole year. So the rent for 1 month is 3,000. Now vacancy for 2 months means vacancy of a total of how much? 6,000. Right, 3,000 is the rent for 1 month. So vacancy for 2 months will be 6,000. Right. I hope you're not getting confused. I hope you didn't forget all the concept that we studied so hard. We invested a lot of time. What is the thing that in this case where there is both unrealized rent and vacancy, first the unrealized rent is to be deducted and then vacancy is to be deducted. When unrealized rent is deducted, we compare this amount with the expected rent. Okay, if this amount is less than expected rent, then we will not consider vacancy and my expected rent will become my gross annual value. Listen very carefully. If the amount after deducting unrealized rent, if the amount after deducting unrealized rent is less than expected rent, then expected rent will be my gross annual value. However, if after deducting unrealized rent, the amount is more than expected rent, then we will consider the vacancy and the amount after deducting vacancy will be my gross annual value. So here what is the case? Here this is the second case. Whatever I told just now, it is the second case because after deducting unrealized rent, the amount is still more than expected rent, so vacancy will be considered. 30,000 minus 24,000. So my gross annual value will be 24,000. Clear? Gross annual value 24,000. Okay, less municipal taxes. Okay, so let's talk about municipal taxes. Municipal tax paid for current year 8,000. However, arrears of tax 28,000. So 8,000 he has paid 8,000 municipal tax for current year. However, in the previous year, the tax which is not paid, the tax which is not paid for the previous year is 28,000. So what will be the amount deductible for municipal tax? 8,000 or 28,000 or 36,000? Think for a minute. What will be the amount? 36,000, right? Very good. Whoever thought 36,000 is very, very wrong. What did I say? Municipal tax is only to be deducted on payment basis. Whatever tax you will pay to the government, that will be deducted. Some of you have forgotten. I am 100% sure. So the municipal tax that will be deducted will be only 8,000, not 28,000, not 36,000. The arrears of tax will be deducted when they will be paid, not before that. So the net annual value is 16,000. Now standard deduction. First of all, 30%, 16,000 into 30%, 4,800, 4,800. Then interest on loan. Is there any interest on loan? Interest on borrowed capital taken for the purpose of repairs, 3,000. So interest on loan deductible will be 3,000. 3,000. So now my income from house property 16,000 minus 4,800 minus 3,000. 8,200. I always leave this row unused, so let's delete it. Okay, so did you get this sums perfectly? Okay, so now this marks the end of chapter income from house property. Now what you have to do is buy a book if you haven't bought a book yet, and practice the sums from it, and you'll find sums which are more advanced and difficult than this also. So don't hesitate, try that sums and ask me that, sir, what will be the solution of this thing? I'm not being able to understand this. If you don't try, you won't be able to disturb your teacher. So please disturb me, no problem if the students ask me any doubts. So this marks the end of the chapter, and please, those students who haven't watched the video, any video yet, please do watch, because we don't know that when the videos can be removed. The videos will not stay there forever, they will be removed. And since the chapter is ending now, I think these videos will be removed. So the students who ever have not watched the classes, or students who think that they will watch the classes, so the friends who are watching the videos, please inform them that they watch the videos as soon as possible, because the videos shall be removed from YouTube and they won't be able to look it up through any private link or anything. So thank you so much for today's class, and I hope this chapter is clear to everyone. And if there is any doubt, please email me in the following account. And thank you so much for today, and have a good day.